If we're live, this is MLH, of course. MLH Comment Show, upcoming right now, actually. Looks like we're live. So, wait for a few people to get on in, and then we'll get started. Yeah, there's some stuff to talk about, for sure. So, super glad when you guys get in here. I'll wait to confirm. I see we are live, but sometimes it takes a good while for the notifications to hit your inbox. Some issues have been going on with my channel. I don't know what the hell's going on. Some of my comments have been, let's put it this way. Some of my comments have been hidden from me for a very, very long time. Just looking through something here. Making sure some people aren't blocked, all that good fun stuff. Making sure they're all... Oh, I don't know why. There we go. I fixed something. Okay. Rich, what is up from the UK? Rich Mondershot, welcome to the MLH Comment Show. I'll wait for a couple more people to get in here, Rich, and then we'll get started. It's weird, like when I looked at my comments today, there were a bunch of comments that just showed up from like months ago, and I scrambled to reply to all of them. I didn't really reply, I just hit the like button on all of them, and the little heart, whatever. Love your work. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. I expect this channel to grow within the next couple of years. Pretty big. I'm a little different than the normal auditing channel. I do things a little bit differently. I have a little bit more fun. Stuff of that nature. I do this comment show, which I don't think anybody else does. At least not to my knowledge, nobody does a comment show like I do every Saturday. So I'm glad you could join me, Rich. Really appreciate that. Like I said, we'll wait for a couple more people to get on in here. We'll get started. I'll explain what's been going on. It's really weird. I just noticed this morning that there were a lot of comments that and I take great pride in responding to everybody, especially on this comment show. And there were a bunch of comments that I had to deal with before I got on this morning. So do appreciate you joining on in. I'm not sure anybody's getting their notifications, which is, it's not surprising. YouTube's been doing some weird things with the algorithms, and I don't know. I don't even know how to explain everything, but nonetheless, I'm here, and hopefully we'll get a couple more people in here. See, I don't think people... I'm glad you got the notification, Rich. Or did you get the notification? That's the question. I don't think people are getting the notification, so it is what it is. I just kind of have to wait till people get on in here. Yeah. Well, heck with it. I'm just going to get started. I'm sure people will show up here pretty soon. So we'll go ahead and get this mini party started. All right, welcome everybody to the MLH Comment Show for the 18th of February, year 2023. We're going to have an interesting show today because there's a couple things to talk about. First, I was talking right before we started the show. Jonathan, by the way, welcome. And also welcome, Rich. Nobody's been getting notifications. It sucks. I don't know what to do about it. There's not. I mean, my channel's kind of tiny in comparison to some of the bigger ones, so it is what it is. But that'll slowly change over the years. Trust me. I'm not going to stop doing this. But there's a couple things to discuss. One, kind of a housekeeping issue with YouTube. There were a bunch of comments that for some reason didn't show up on the timeline here. And let me go ahead and transition over to that so you guys can see. But there, I mean, I took care of it, but there were just a lot of comments that went by the wayside that I'm highly disappointed because I like I said, I take great pride in responding to everybody. It got to the point where on comments I couldn't like physically type to everybody, so it took it. It was hurting my thumbs, like, because I'm always on my phone. It was a time consumption thing, so I decided just to make a show about it, and hence the MLH Comment Show was born. So what's up, Gabby? Nice to have you in here. It's a good job. You're a legend, and we all know about you. I don't know about legend, Rich, but as far as notoriety, I know pretty much everybody knows who I am. My channel isn't huge, but I know I've made an impact on quite a few people. So that's what makes me feel good about a lot of things. I pride myself in helping other channels. Stuff like that. I mean, I do homeless outreach and other things, but I do take great pride in making sure that other channels reach their goals. If you're another channel that is in need of a small boost, then I'm most likely I'll help you out for sure. So thanks, Jonathan. I love the comment show. Well, the comment show loves you, Jonathan. So like I said, that it was weird. I had like probably 20 or so comments, 30, maybe 30 from like months ago that just showed up on my timeline today. I took care of all those except for one that I want to go through, a hater comment, which we'll get to right away. But let's see. Unindoctrinated, welcome. Nice to have you in here. I wish more channels would. Jonathan, as far as I know, I'm the only channel to do this. And it like I said, it was kind of happenstance that I, got the idea for this comment show because I was sick of typing to everybody. I'd much rather talk and get everything done in a timely fashion, right? It saves me time from commenting on every single comment. And I still get the same effect, and I think it's a good way of connecting with everybody. I don't know why more people don't do it, Jonathan. That's a good question, but there's got to be pioneers, and I'm a pioneer, I guess. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and get started with the comments here. This is one of those ones that was I don't know, for whatever reason, just fell through the cracks, I guess. It's just a YouTube thing. I don't know. But this is a hate comment that I wanted to address on air. I'm not ducking anybody when you do comments that are opposed to what I do, so don't ever think that. I address everything all the time. But here's one that I do want to address, and this is from Mimiski18. This is from 6 months ago. And this was at the town hall that I did with KDOT. Now, I want to address something in this comment, but let me read the comment and then I'll obviously address it. The way he acted was not the way to handle this. You're hurting the cause. You are not helping at all. What work is he doing? Tell us what work. Show us, besides yelling and screaming and cussing. I'll wait to hear what real work he is doing. The only thing you're doing is making yourself look uneducated and hostile. Really, I want to know what it is that this guy is doing to help. He's out of control and makes us look bad. Stop saying it's the First Amendment. We all know we have that right, but absolutely he looks like a clown. The problem is the way you handle yourself. You can have passion and fight for your rights, but this is not the way. All right, let me address a bunch of things in this comment, Mimiski. This comment kind of irritates me in a lot of ways. Most of this comment is directed at KDOT, right? KDOT has a very specific way of handling his business, right? Yelling and screaming. I didn't see any yelling by either one of us in that video, or screaming. Screaming means that you're really out of control and you don't know what you're doing. The cussing, yes, there's plenty of cussing, but it's protected by the First Amendment. And if you can't handle a little bit of cussing, Mimiski, maybe this isn't the channel for you. Because I let a few F-bombs go from now and again. I know KDOT does, but everything that we do is very controlled. Trust me on that. It doesn't make us look bad, because for one, it's justified 100% of the time. When we say the things that we do you not think that we know what we're doing? We know these cops inside and out, whether it's Denver, name the district, or it's Aurora, name the district, and we know these cops inside and out. Okay, I've gotten, and as far as the work that we do, KDOT and I don't even know why I have to defend our actions or justify it, but I will in this case, just so you know. Okay, KDOT has done more for the community than any auditor in the entire Denver metro area. You name the auditor, and KDOT has done more for the community than all of them combined. And I would say the same thing about myself. Okay, I am tirelessly getting information. I do a lot of journalistic things behind the scenes that a lot of people are not privy to, and I'm letting you know now that that's my main function in things. I'm the guy behind the scenes that gets the information, and KDOT does a lot of that too. So we put up where others should just shut up. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, telling us not to do something or that we're doing it the wrong way is not going to get anybody anywhere. I'm not listening to you. KDOT's not listening to you. Other than addressing this comment, Mimiski, I don't have any reason other than the comment show to even give this comment the light of day. But since it was an old comment and I didn't want anybody to think that I'm running from anybody's comments, I wanted to address it. As far as KDOT goes, I would put KDOT on the pantheon of greatest auditors, greatest First Amendment people, greatest Second Amendment, greatest cop watchers of all time. And that is not hyperbole. I mean, I know that there are others out there that are really, really good. Everybody has their favorites. I understand that. I mean, maybe I'm somebody's favorite. I don't know. But KDOT is definitely, and this is coming from a seasoned veteran at this type of stuff, me, MLH, I'm telling everybody, KDOT should be on anybody's pantheon of greatest of all time. In my view, KDOT, and it's starting to show. Look at his numbers. He's growing exponentially, not because he's stupid. He knows exactly what he's doing, and nobody knows more about the law around here than KDOT. All right, I would put KDOT's credentials up against anybody. You name the auditor, the First Amendment person, and he matches favorably with all of them. He's been arrested 3 times. All 3 times he's been exonerated. He knows his shit when it comes to law. He can recite statutes. He can recite case law. So I'm very confident in saying KDOT is definitely one of the greatest, if not the greatest. So, it is what it is. Oh, finally, people are starting to show up. Let me get into chat here. Ajot, thank you very much. You sexy little vixen, you. King Solomon, nice to have you in here. I know I rant a little bit, Jonathan. It is what it is. I'm allowed every once in a while, right, Jonathan? Dragonette, transparency. What is up, Dragon Lady? It's pretty annoying because you and KDOT do so much work in the community. It's very annoying. Unindoctrinated, that's the point I'm trying to make here. Look, I wouldn't even normally address this, but I have this comment show, and this was a comment that for whatever reason I couldn't see on my page. So I wanted to address it and let everybody know that, I don't feel I have to justify anything I do. You guys see it every time I'm on a live stream or on someone else's live stream. I do a myriad of things, right? If I'm not getting officers' information through FOIA request, and by the way, paying a shit ton of money. KDOT and I spend a lot of money on getting the information to you guys. So, when people say that we're e-beggars and stuff of that nature, it's totally not true. I never really ask for money, but it's always really, really appreciated because it helps get the information that we give you guys. So, my channel is not big enough to be self-sufficient to, pay. So a lot of this money comes out of KDOT's pocket or my pocket. Whoever has money at the time is how we work things out, but we always get you guys the information, and that's the most important. I agree, Dragonette. I don't have to defend anything. I'm Ajot's favorite. I appreciate that, Ajot. Dragonette, you are my favorite, but KDOT was first. He definitely was first, no doubt, Dragonette. I appreciate that. It's nice to know that I am appreciated. Sasquatch, nice to have you in here. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's continue on here. So just to finally put this comment to rest, I do appreciate your comment. I think, even the people that don't understand our ways, which I think it's just kind of a misconception, Mimiski. I don't think... the cause is the same, right? And KDOT and I had this conversation when we first met, when we're kind of feeling each other out, like how we do things and stuff like that. I even wondered about the aggressive nature of how KDOT handles things, but it's the only way. It's the only way to be effective. And I tell you what, I myself personally, and I know KDOT is kind of the same way too. We always wait for the cops to make the first mistake before we start in with, our aggressive nature of letting people know how we feel, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's always... unless, and I've said this on streams before, unless we know the people that we're up against, right? Like KDOT and I know a lot of the officers in the area, whether it's Aurora, Denver, the Denver metro area. We know the pieces of shit from the guys that are, maybe pieces of shit, but at least, they don't give you a hard time, stuff like that. We know the officers that deserve it. Right. So if you ever see KDOT or I on a live stream just letting an officer have it, either A, he deserves it, or he's a cop that's a piece of shit that's proven it time and time again. So it's not random. We're not I don't just go out there and start screaming at a cop just to scream. I might say things to him to get a response, to try to understand. But if things don't go the way that they should, that's when I let people know. And I'm slightly more reserved than KDOT is, but I will I'll let an officer have it. You guys have seen it before, so I'm not afraid. I'm not worried. Oh shit! Justachio just joined chat. How dare you, Justachioed. Jonathan, I like the way he freely exercised his First Amendment. They won't listen. He has to make them listen. See, this is the point, Jonathan. They may be pissed off that we, kind of use language and all that and pretend like they've never heard it before, and their sensibilities are hurt and their feelings are hurt and all this. But I don't care, and neither does KDOT. Sometimes they need to hear what we have to say. So it is what it is. Keeper, welcome on in. Nice to have you in here. These FOIA requests are sometimes very expensive, so if you do have a few bucks, please try. Oh, I appreciate that, Dragonhead. I've never asked for donations, because I've been accused of being an e-beggar before and all this type of stuff, but I do appreciate that very much. It means a lot. Standing Tall, welcome into chat from the Wasatch Curtain. What else we got here? I say they should be happy we're still using words. Yeah, I'm Jonathan. There is thoughts to that. I've talked to KDOT extensively about just how things are going in general, and how there's going to be a time when there's going to be no words. You know what I'm saying, Jonathan? So not that I ever advocate for anything like that. I'm more of a pacifist. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I think what we're doing is the correct way of doing things, but I also understand that if the way that we do things isn't going to get things done, then there are people, will take things in their own hands. Not that I'm saying I agree with that in any shape, form, or fashion, but I mean, if you look at the history of the country and what the founding fathers have said, and the way that the Second Amendment is read, it's very clear that well-regulated militia is needed. The keyword's well-regulated. I've talked about the Second Amendment before, and it's not something that I'm going to get into today because I got comments to get to, but, it is what it is. Gabby Grayhips, thanks for being in here, by the way. You're doing a public service. Thank you for your service. I appreciate that, Gabby. I mean, not a lot of people look at it that way. I mean, we're the people that are with me and on this channel, the MLH Monsters are strong for sure, even though we're a tiny channel. We do get stuff done. And, I get you guys as much information as I possibly can on a lot of stuff going on in Denver, the surrounding area, and even nationally. KDOT and I were covering the Mallory's story, which we'll be talking about here in a little bit, before the national news picked it up. So we have a good eye on things. Let's put it that way. And am privy to a lot of information that the lamestream media won't give you guys. So let's move on here. Maminsky18, thank you for the comment. I do appreciate it. I hope you understand that there are different ways of achieving the same goals, and sometimes some methods are more effective than others. All right, let's move on to the last week's comment show. Pallone, one of the OGs. I like saying that because Pallone was one of the first 50 subs. I believe he was actually first 10, which is really weird to see where the channel has grown in the short time that the channel's been up. But Pallone is definitely an OG. He says, keep up the great work. Thanks for your hard work, and have a blessed weekend. Thank you very much, Pallone. I hope you're feeling better. I know you were in the hospital. I hope all things are going better. Ira Z, nice to have you in here. I was a lover and never a fighter until I got married. Now I have to fight like hell. I love it, man. That's great, man. That's awesome. Monsterette, right on. Ajot, appreciate you. You know I love you. Brazilian Carnival is on. Keeper says, ooh, I love the Brazilian Carnival. A lot of nudity, a lot of good-looking women and men. The carnival is awesome. I need to tune into that after the comment show. That'd be a ton of fun. King Solomon, who's in chat, thank you for, your comment for last week's comment show. King Solomon's awesome. Nez Lover with a bunch of emojis. I love it. Thank you very much, Nez. Nez has a great channel. She's a really good artist. She's a abstract, kind of quirky artist, and I love it. Okay. Gwen Thennis on the Security Guard Gone Wild Part 2. Lots of bootlickers in the comments. Well, look, I like to listen to the bootlickers because to me, it seems derogatory to call somebody a bootlicker, right? And maybe we should change our tactic and think that they just are uninformed or, haven't had the experiences that we've had with cops, right? So I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Go along, get along. What's up? Nice to have you in here. Kip, love you, man. Thank you for being in here as well, Kip. Really appreciate it. Kip, I'm getting close to pulling the trigger on a merch store. I might need your help with some logo design stuff or shirt design stuff and stuff like that, I refuse to do memberships. First of all, my channel's too small to do that, but merchandise, I've had more than a few people tell me that they would be more than happy to purchase a shirt or something of that nature. I'm not a greedy person, so I would never overcharge for things, a very minimal profit type guy. So, all right, Rosie Things, on a comment on a post that I put about sitting at a restaurant, right? I was at a restaurant and I sat down and I was the only one in the restaurant, which was pretty awesome, right? You very rarely get those moments where you go into a restaurant and you sit down and you're the only one there. So I was sitting there, I was enjoying my sandwich and just kind of relaxing and thinking about a lot of stuff like I always do. I'm always contemplating things and thinking about what plans of action and what I'm gonna do next, how I'm gonna accomplish these things, etc., etc. And so I was having a really good time just by myself, right? Don't feed the bootlicks, Ira Z says. Yeah, I agree. Someone in here can do intros. I don't know what you're talking about, Dragonhead. I own a screen press business while standing tall. I might be talking to you soon. Tap in, MLH. I got you. I won't change or charge or expect. Look, Kip. Look, dude. The fact that you created a fucking wicked logo for me. Okay, if people don't know, my logo was created by Kip. And if it wasn't for Kip, I'd have some stupid logo that I created myself because originally I had another logo that I kind of liked, but the guy that created that logo, who definitely gave it to me, and I could prove gave to me, was threatening legal action and threatening to steal my content and all kinds of stupid shit. And rather than deal with that, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking that logo out of everything and I'm creating a new one. And I Kip has been around for a long time, so I'm like, Kip, do you I don't know how it came about, but Kip created the logo, and Kip is always good in my book for sure. And as far as like if we design shirts and stuff, Kip, you're gonna get something depending on how much we sell. I will, it's the least I could do, man. I'm not good with logos and all that shit. I'm a creative person, but graphic design is not my thing, and I know the work it takes to do that type of stuff. Channel Transparency, welcome on in. Appreciate you. P. Vacro, happy Martinis Gras. Right on. Oh, is Mardi Gras going on right now, P. Vacro? Is that what it is? Okay. Your intro is awesome, by the way, Dragonette. I do appreciate your intro. Sandwich. Okay, so let me finish my story. I'm getting off track here. I'm sitting in this restaurant by myself, and another person comes in. It's a female, and she looks around, she orders, and she sits in the I swear to God, the restaurant, the lobby is pretty big, right? And you could go anywhere. Guess where this woman decides to sit? She decided to sit in the next table. And I'm like, of all the fucking places. I mean, I really shouldn't be irritated, and this comes from what Rosie is saying here. She says it seems petty. But I was like, of all the places you could sit, you sit next to me, you don't know me, you're not trying to start a conversation, there's no pleasantries, you're just there to eat, and you decide to, of all the places in this vast room, you decide to sit right next to me. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, it's petty. It really is petty. Rosie is exactly right. It's petty, but in my mind, I'm like, look, if I was the woman that came in and I saw her sitting down, I mean, imagine the roles were reversed, right? And me as a man, I come in and I order and I sit right next to this woman. Like, it looks kind of weird, right? Like, why isn't it weird the other way around, you know? But I agree with you, Rosie. It is petty. And it didn't hurt me. I mean, it was no big deal. The woman sat next to me. We ate, we did our thing, and we left. You know, it's just what it is. But, you know. It's all good, Dragonette. Your intro is pretty awesome. I know, Kip. You're so humble, Kip, but you really should get paid for your work, man. Where's my script? Okay, King Solomon, speaking of the script is done. It's 100% done. I'll talk a little bit about that after everything here. Let's see. Oh, you think you guys have parts in the movie? Jeez, that's pretty presumptuous, John, and pretty presumptuous, King Solomon. I tell you what, for you guys, I'll release a couple of pages of script to you guys today, if you guys remind me at the end of this thing. Dogs out. Later, Gabby, appreciate you being on in here. Are you on Facebook? Standing Tall, I am on Facebook, but I never use it. I hate Facebook. Facebook is the devil to me. I'm big on not doing Facebook. P. Backrow, Tom Petty, Free Falling. Ghost Eagle, welcome on in here. Appreciate you. Let's see. What else we got? Unindoctrinated said, it's a little weird. I would sit far away. See, that's what I'm saying, Unindoctrinated. It's not a big issue. It's not. But I think if the roles were reversed, like, people would be up in arms, right? If this man comes in, orders something, and sits next to this lady, and the whole place is empty, I mean, it would seem pretty weird, right? So I just thought it was weird to me. I don't know. I mean, it was no big deal. Like I said, ate my food, got up and left. Same thing with the lady, I'm assuming. You know, I didn't pay too much attention to her and vice versa, but it was just awkward. I don't know. All right, Harry Nuts missed the last one. No big deal, Harry. We had a good hot tub right before the Super Bowl. So it was a ton of fun. If you guys haven't checked it out, news on the hot tub. We may be switching the hot tub over to Bernie's channel. I'm not 100% sure. If you haven't subbed to Bernie, make sure you sub. That way, you know, you guys can be involved in the hot tub sessions. Those are the adult sessions, you know, where we can use naughty words and listen to music and drink and smoke and have fun in the hot tub. You know what I'm saying? It's like the backroom adult party. That's what the hot tub is. All right, missionary in Mexico 4 days ago said K-Dot is the boss. Been subbed to him from the beginning. Yeah, K-Dot is a boss, man. I've seen K-Dot's work up close and personal, in front of the camera, behind the scenes. K-Dot, I'm telling you guys, is one of the most underrated and, in my opinion, one of the greatest cop watchers / auditors / First Amendment people. Whatever this movement is, K-Dot is awesome. Trust me when I tell you guys this. K-Dot is to me the model of what all of us should be doing, to be honest. But you know, he's an activist first and foremost, and everything falls out, you know, in line. Ooh, hold on. Let's see. Can any of the mods Sasquatch or Kip? Can you put in Bernie Branch's link into chat for people to sub to, so they don't, you know, so we don't miss that. Let me get caught up on chat here. Let's see, Dragonette. I want to see the script. My part to play is the audience. Well, Dragonette, everybody's going to have a chance to be in the movie in a different way. I'll explain that in a minute. Ajot says, I've been getting ready for my hot tub scene. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. Ooh, I love it, Ajot. That'd be awesome. Fly to Denver. We're going to shoot a hot tub scene for sure. Let's see. Ira Z. I went on Facebook once. My email blew up. Okay. Why is that, Ira Z? Let's see. MLH. You do know that some women do that thinking that you will pick up the tab? Really? Was that what this woman was thinking? Because if that was the thinking, Dragonette, it definitely wasn't going to happen unless, unless there was a little action afterwards, if you know what I mean. King Solomon subbed to Bernie. Yeah, thanks, Solomon. Appreciate it. Apple polisher, brown noser, flatterer, follower, minion, parasite, sycophant, toady, yes person, synonyms for bootlegger, adulator, ass kisser, brown nose fawner, flatterer, flunky, groveler. Appreciate the education there, Jonathan. I think I got all those. I think groveler is the most fitting. Yeah, I think that's probably the most fitting as well. We love Arcade. Dragonhead says yes. Ooh, I'm coming to Denver. Don't threaten me and Bernie with a good time, Ajot. I'm just saying. Shout out to KDOT for sure. Okay, let's continue on here. Knowledge is power. Who's in chat? On my update on the script. Hopefully I don't miss the live stream. Well, you're in it, Kip, and I'm going to share a couple of pages of that script with you guys in just a second. What else we got here? All right, Ajot says. Her impression of, what's dude's name? Can't remember his name, that famous actor. He's a douchebag in my opinion. I'm not a big fan. What's his name? That dude that says all right. You guys know in chat. I know you do. Kip on the Mallory rally, and this is what I want to talk about too. Thanks for the coverage. Much love. Thank you very much, Kip. I appreciate you very much. You know I do. Kip, why don't you put your link in there too, man? Let's get some people subbed to your channel. You got a good channel going too. Nez Lover with the emojis, thank you very much. And then Keeper says, when's the hot tub scene? Ooh, Keeper, that's a great question. I will let you know that there is 100% a hot tub scene in the movie. So there you go. I'll talk about it in just a second here. Matt Wolford, All People Matter. Well done, MLH. Australia is watching. This was the Mallory rally that I'll go over as well. Pelone again. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Keep up the good work, he says. And then Smeghead says, militant gangs are not a solution ever. I grew up in South Africa in the 80s, and the voice that did the best, believe it or not, was a Mexican-American singer named Sixto Rodriguez, whose songs molded the minds of young white conscripted soldiers to choose change. I agree with you, Smeghead. I don't think violence is ever an answer to anything. Violence begets violence, right? So if people take up arms, they're going to be slapped down by the military. And I just see a lot of bad things, with that. Fab Daddy, welcome to chat. Going to watch John Adams on HBO after this. Looks interesting. Yeah, I haven't checked that out, Jonathan. I think I should watch that as well. All right, let's talk about this Mallory situation here in Colorado. If you guys don't know, it's a national story now. KDOT and I were covering it before it became a national story. We've been working on this thing for a while now, but there are a couple of black ranchers, an actual couple, a man and a woman, named Mr. and Mrs. Mallory. They've been harassed with a lot of racial epithets. I mean, been called the N-word several times. These people are peaceful people. They just want to be left alone. They don't, they just want to farm. And there's been all kinds of nefarious shit going on down there. The sheriff is corrupt. we went, K-Dot and I went down to Colorado Springs, hooked up with the police down there, and we went to the sheriff's office. I wanted to get some FOIA request forms, which the good thing about down there is they actually have forms for it, for the information that you need, whereas, opposed to Denver and Aurora, who don't have any forms, and when you ask somebody about it, they're like, it's like you just talk to them in alien gibberish. It's like, what? We don't have anything like that. It's like, I want the information. How do I get the information? Well, you do all of that online. What if I don't have online? Well, you can go to a library. I'm like, look, what if I'm disabled, don't want to go to a library, don't have the internet? What do I do? If I want, or what if I just want a paper copy of something? How about that? It doesn't need to be any other reason. And I fight with these people all the time. I don't want to do anything online because every time that I put in something online, it never gets done. It gets lost. People are like, I mean, it's like the weirdest thing. Like I put it in and nothing comes back, and I go to ask about it, and they're like, well, you never submitted anything. The fuck I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I did. I mean, I'm not dumb. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know the information, exactly what I need when I want it, And it's ridiculous. And the tactics, check this out, guys. There's a reason why people like KDOT and myself need the money. It's for these fucking requests, right? Last request that I asked, check this out. This is gonna blow you guys' mind. All right. There was an officer named Douglas Haroon, right? And there's so much bullshit with this fucking former officer. And I do believe KDOT and I had a slight part in getting this officer kicked off the force because he's a complete piece of shit. This is the guy that beat the hell out of a disabled woman in the head. He bashed her head in with his fist while he was on administrative leave for an officer-involved shooting. So as soon as I picked up on this story, I was like, well, I'm going to get this guy's information, right? Well, in the meantime, they fired this guy, right? And I wanted very basic information. I wanted his personnel file, including any disciplinary action, which I've done before and had no problems getting, right? And his badge number. So KDOT and I went to the Aurora police station. I believe Aurora is in the top 5 worst police forces in the entire United States. I know Mesa, Arizona's up there, Los Angeles is up there, and there are a few others, but Aurora is in the top 5. And it shouldn't be, but it is. And there's so many reasons why it is. But anyways, I went in there and I asked. The ladies at the front are always nice at the Aurora police station. And I asked, if I could get this guy's badge number, and they were very accommodating. They were like, okay, hold on, I'll get it for you. And they looked, and they couldn't find his name in the roster, right? And right then, I knew he got fired. So I was like, okay, well, I still need the information. So they were like, hold on a minute, let me talk to somebody and see if I can get that for you. So the fucking sergeant, excuse my language, everybody. I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's ears, but the sergeant came up, and he's this bald guy. He's always behind the desk, and I think his name is like Mike Douglas, not Michael Douglas, like the actor. I can't remember his name, but I'm getting his information too because I think there's more to his story than meets the eye. Let's just say, said, well, we can't give you that information. That you have to go through the Colorado Justice Association to get. I was like, so you mean to tell me you're not going to give me the dude's badge number? That's ridiculous. And then KDOT gave him a piece of his mind. So here's what they did, guys. A simple request for a badge number turned into $100. And the way that it turned into $100 is they separated the request. They separated the badge number was one request, and they said that I had to go through the Colorado Justice Association to get that. and then the rest of the information I'd have to go to the clerk's office or somewhere else. So they sent me on a goose chase, right? And not only that, they were like, okay, it's going to cost you $100, but we'll give you the first hour free. It's $33 an hour. We think it's going to take 3 hours to do the redactions and whatever else, which I thought was ridiculous as well. If you look at some of the information I got, the only thing redacted was like a social security number and an address. And that takes 3 hours? You got to be fucking kidding me, right? So, needless to say, they gave me even more of a hard time. And I'm still haggling with them, is the point. They wanted my first and last name and all this, and I'm like, that's not what the statute says. Statute says I have to sign for this information. So I am more than willing to sign for the information, and when I sign for it, I will sign my legal first and last name. And it's up to you guys to decipher what my name is. They already know who I am anyways. So it's just semantics and them trying to make me go away. But you guys know me. I don't go away. I don't do that. Let me get caught up in chat here. So basically we're in a holding pattern now for some information. Walter Davis, welcome. I saw someone else getting there. Fab Daddy, I think I said hey to you, Fab Daddy. There was someone. Oh, Howard County was in here as well. Welcome, Howard County. And if I missed anybody, I do apologize. I'm kind of going back and forth between chat and the comments here. I enjoy paying for the ladies' supper. Her happiness is everything, Ghost Eagle says. I do when I'm interested, Ghost Eagle. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not interested, then I'm not going to pay. You know what I mean? Dragonhead, I'm a gentleman. You know, if I was single, I mean, I would definitely pay for a meal. It's not a problem. I just thought it was awkward that lady was like, you know. Later, Dragonhead, have a great day. Howard County, welcome. Swearing words are 100% necessary for the English language in order to convey frustration, aggravation, and dissatisfaction. I agree with you, Jonathan. There's a difference between saying fuck and gosh darn it. I mean, it doesn't have the same impact. You see what I'm saying? So you're 100% correct, Jonathan. I don't know why people have a problem with it. I mean, I understand, I have bad words blocked in chat. You guys have noticed that. And it's simply because YouTube, can eventually shut my channel down if there's too much of that. So I want to keep it on the up and up. I can say what I want on the videos, and if you guys were with me, you could do the same thing. And if you're on a panel or whatever, I mean, unless you say it within the first 30 seconds, and then you're not getting monetized at all, But, it is what it is. Yeah, $100 is crazy, Fab Daddy. I actually have a problem with that. I discussed it with the independent monitor in Aurora, and he also agrees it's shouldn't be charged $100 for public information. It's ridiculous. So when a lot of us, I'm not going to say all of us, because there are the nefarious ones that are scammers and just want your money just because. But I think people like KDOT and myself actually get results. So even though we don't ask for money, it's always greatly, greatly appreciated, because it goes towards, asking for public information that you guys want. Anytime that we get that information, we pass it along to you guys. So I never do anything nefarious with you guys' money. You guys know that. I'm always transparent. I've never the only thing I've ever bought that was kind of a personal, I guess, if you want to consider it, purchase, was the drone, right? And I know there's some, I'm not going to mention any names. There's someone that goes around and harps on this $500 drone that I got that one time. But the only thing I use the drone for is homeless sweeps and stuff like that, to bring to you guys. So it's not really a personal. I mean, I don't take the drone out on the weekends and joyride with it. And I mean, it took me a long time to learn to even fly that drone, and I'm still not great at it. I mean, I got a lot of work to do, but I always use it for good purposes. But you know how it is. Spiky Mike, welcome. Nice to have you in here. Really appreciate it. They like making money off of transparency. Yep, that's true. Howard County. The cops love making money. Love giving you the runaround, and then a lot of times you don't even give the half the information that you requested. It's just really weird. I don't know. But let's see. The Mallory situation is a terrible one. I covered the rally yesterday. Yeah, it was a decent rally. There's a new act called the Karen Act that basically wants to not make it illegal, but you can get charges if you falsely report based on the color of someone's skin, and it's proven. And I don't know. I have to look at that Karen Act to really get behind it. But the point is these people are being harassed right off of their farm. There's some military stuff going on. I did meet with Mr. Mallory yesterday after I shut off the video. And I'm hoping to have an interview with the Mallorys soon, so you guys can get an in-depth interview. Stuff that the mainstream media won't ask. I always ask. So that's upcoming. So it's a terrible situation for the Mallorys down in El Paso County, which is basically 45 minutes east of Colorado Springs. And for context, Colorado Springs is about an hour and 15 minutes south of Denver. So it takes me about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to get to the Mallory's farm. These people have had their livestock killed off. They've had people enter their property with no permission, trespassing. I mean, it's just a really bad situation, but it's a lot more nuanced than what I'm telling you guys right now. When I do a comprehensive report on it, you guys will be the first to know. I'll do a panel with KDOT, and we'll go over specifics, but it's a pretty bad situation down there for those people. All right, let me go to the held for review comments, see if I got any of those. Nope, doesn't look like I got any of those. See if I got any mentions. KDOT mentioned me in a short. You guys should check out that short. It's pretty funny. I pressed this officer on his oath. You should check out that full video on my channel and KDOT's. Good stuff there. Horizon City 2 days ago named me in a video about the situation in El Paso County with the Mallorys. Horizon City, we've been on this story before anybody, so I'm very aware. Dragonette, who was in chat earlier, said or mentioned me in incident report officers involved shooting. Why do they always state no serial numbers? It's an interesting video, Dragonette. Thank you for tagging me in that one. Also, 2 NYPD officers involved shooting videos, bullets flying everywhere, reasonable use of force, question mark. And then 1 week ago, man disarms officer while being arrested. Did see that video. That was a harrowing video for sure. Okay, there's the mentions. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Let me see if I missed anything in chat. You're going to pay one way or another, Fab Daddy says. Yeah, I know, Fab Daddy. I play with fire every time I go down to that station, man. One of these days I'm going to get arrested. I know it. Later, Ghost Eagle. Appreciate it. You bought the drone to help with the channel. I did. Transparency. I mean, but people equate that with personal use, and I think for personal use, the most I've ever done with that drone is just learn how to fly it, like in a park and stuff, and I have a little bit of that footage. I didn't think it was super interesting, so I really didn't put it on my channel. It's one of the biggest criticisms that I got from another YouTuber was that you don't do enough drone. We got you that drone, and you don't do enough with it. Well, there's really not very many situations that would warrant me using the drone. And when there are opportunity, like a lot of these homeless sweeps, right? I really like the drone footage for it because I can stay far away and I can still get the footage that I need of the homeless sweeps. And I have put a few of those videos out there. But now the problem with the homeless sweeps is, if I get information that there's going to be a homeless sweep, they've got nefarious tactics now with the homeless sweeps, guys. What they do is they tell you that the homeless sweeps are going to happen here, right? And you go there and there's no homeless sweep there. Well, we moved the date. So they move the dates all the time. They move the areas all the time. And something else really nefarious that they do that really sucks is that they'll give you boundaries, right? They'll say from this street to this street, from this street to this street. So it's like a square radius. Like if you can think of a square, like a big square on the map, and it's too much for me to cover. If it's 2 miles, I'm not going to go up and down every street until I finally find, in the hopes of finding a sweep. It's not practical. It's not, so it's really hard to find these sweeps is what I'm telling you guys. But Dillhole, welcome. Nice to have you in here. Yes, the Caring Act, caution against racially exploitative non-emergencies. Works to criminalize racially motivated emergency calls. Yeah, meaning that the color of someone's skin should not cause you to call for an emergency. It's ridiculous. Let's see what else we got here. The Marleys have a serious, you mean the Mallorys? Yeah. I realize that any help is appreciated, but have to be sure that the help's agenda doesn't work against the Mallorys. That's a good point, Walter Davis. If you go to freedomacresfarm.com, that's where you can donate directly or purchase stuff. They're not asking for they are asking for donations on a GoFundMe, which is going to them as well to help fight all these legal bullshit battles that they're battling. But they want to, their big thing is they want to educate people and they want to help people. They do food drives. They teach people how to do agriculture, and they're really cool people. I met them yesterday. They're really, really nice. These are not nefarious. They're farmers, for fuck's sake. The only difference between these farmers and the other farmers down there in El Paso County and around the region is the color of their skin, and that's why they're being harassed. Plainly and simply. And I've seen all the facts, even more facts than what you guys have heard on the news. I've seen both sides of everything. And there's a lot of nefarious shit going on down there. Let's just put it that way. Lots of rules to go with using a drone, Howard County says. There are, Howard County, but the good thing about the modern drones, right, is if you can't fly it, it's not going to let you fly. Or it'll only let you fly to a certain distance. Like, in other words, if you're in a prison area, you obviously can't fly a drone over a prison, stuff like that. That's common sense. I mean, you don't want a drone flying a weapon over a prison and dropping it, or drugs or things of that nature. I fully understand. I know that there are rules. Same thing with like airports. I kind of live near an airport, so flying a drone here, I can fly one way, but I can't fly another because it's too close to the airport. I get that. I mean, I'm pretty good with knowing what the rules are, but the modern drones kind of let you know, hey, there's airspace around here. You can't fly over here, and or you can't fly a certain height, or I mean, they're pretty good about that. So that's one good thing about modern drones. You just fly up. Yeah, I know, Fab Daddy. After your video stream yesterday, I looked them up. Seem like very nice people. Walter Davis, they are extremely nice people, and the fact that you looked them up is a great thing. They're really, really level-headed, cool people. They just want to be left alone. There's more to the story. I'll bring out more when I can. Like I said, I'm gathering facts and evidence and everything that's going on, even more so than what the mainstream media is doing. So I am standing up for you not using the drone as much as others would like you to do. Yeah, I know Howard County for sure. And you're right. There's I can't just willy nilly pull out a drone and fly it everywhere. You're absolutely right. I mean, I do what I can when I can. But I'm not gonna have anybody tell me specifically you have to do this. Because I do. I don't want to sound like a douchebag when I say this, but I move to the beat of my own drum. You know what I mean? I don't need. Advice is one thing. Like when you're asking for advice, I ask for advice all the time. I'll talk to KDOT. I'll talk, people around me. I'll pick their brains for shit. But if somebody's sitting there telling me you got to do this and that and the other, then I just kind of shut down because I'm old enough to know better. I'm old enough to know when I'm doing the right things, when I'm doing the wrong things. I've been around the block. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, Howard County, for 100%. No fly zones, yes. Transparency for sure. And it's funny because the drone itself will tell you, I can't fly any higher than this, and then you have to go with that. I mean, if you fly any higher, you're going to be on the radar, and then the FAA knows exactly what, where to pinpoint where you are and all this shit. So you can get in a lot of trouble flying the drone if you don't do it the right way. So I agree with you, Howard County. I seldom use it, but when I do use it, I use it for good purposes. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Let me pull up the script here so you guys can see a couple of pages. Hold on. Let's go right here. Okay. Let me, this takes me a little bit. Bear with me, y'all. Let's see if I can show you guys the script, at least a page of the script. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna show you guys a page real quick. This is a page of the script. This is not a Hollywood script. Let's just put it that way. It's not refined. It's not meant to be Hollywood, if that makes any sense. But here's a page. So you get a couple of the characters' names right there. But it's going to be fun. So let me give you guys the fun stuff, right? The script is 100% done. Like I said, the only thing I got to do now is all these scenes I have to gather in different categories, the ones that can be filmed together. That way, when I go to film it, it's not going to take forever to film. It's going to, be a 2 to 4 week kind of deal. Otto the Watchdog, thanks for the sticker, man. Really appreciate that. So I will be shooting this movie probably May or June. The only thing left is location scouting, which I'll be doing probably this week or next week. Finding places where I can shoot all these scenes, and then just putting it together. But you guys can get involved too if you guys want to do a short video. As the mustachioed, your version of the mustachioed. You guys have seen those videos on my channel, about a minute long or less. Doing whatever you want, and then saying, I am the mustachioed at the end. I will put all of those videos together and put them in the movie. So, it's up to you if you want to be involved. You don't have to, but the glasses are super cheap on Amazon. You can just type in Groucho Marx glasses, and you can buy them for a couple bucks with shipping. So, $2-3, and then if you want to do your own version of the mustachioed and send me in a video, I would greatly appreciate it, and it will definitely be part of the movie. So, just letting you know. Let's see. What else we got here? Anybody else? Oh, Blue Unicorn, welcome. Okay, so there's a page of the script right there. Let's see. I'll go one more page here. There's another page. This movie, by the way, when I get it shot and done, is going to be a full-length movie. So it's going to be about an hour and a half long, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I'm guessing about an hour and 20 minutes. Usually scripts, when you do a script, it's like a minute per page is kind of the, what I'm gathering is the gist of a script. So if that's the case, it's going to be about an hour and 20 minutes or so. So, it's a full-length movie, and I can't wait to get it done. And I think I have somebody that's going to do the music for the movie, which is awesome. And, I'm also I'm going to be looking for actors too. That's going to be the hardest part, I think, is gathering the actors to be in the movie. But after that, it should be, after we get that set, 2 to 4 weeks, and I'll have all of the scenes, and then all I got to do is, have my editor, edit it together, and it should be good to go. So that's about it. Let me well, there you go. You guys got a little, couple of scenes from the movie there. I will say, people were asking, there is a hot tub scene. So if you guys are into the hot tub shows, there will be a hot tub scene within the movie, and it's gonna make total sense. Trust me, it's gonna be awesome. All right, I think that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Unless you guys have any questions for me, I think that's gonna just about do it. There's more to come this week. Probably more on the Mallorys. KDOT and I are gathering more information on the officer that beat the shit out of that disabled person that got fired. We're almost ready to do a panel on that. There was something else that the Mallorys, of course. We'll have more information on that. We've got like lots of things going on. So there'll be cop watching videos. KDOT and I discussed this, I believe, yesterday. We definitely want to get out and do a little more cop watching. It's hard when you're working on actual stories, like journalistic stories, to bring to you guys. We want to make sure our facts are in order, and it's not just conjecture and stuff like that. But anyways, I just want to let you guys know that I do appreciate you guys watching the channel, commenting. All of it helps. It's true. The algorithms do work a little bit better when you guys comment on any of the videos, when you hit the like buttons, and definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed to KDOT. Make sure you subscribe to KDOT. KDOT's up to 17,000 subscribers, which is crazy. But anyways, make sure be kind to others, be kind to your family, but most importantly, be kind to yourself. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good weekend, everybody.